What does today mean to you?
Quite a lot. It's thinking that you're going to be stuck in a chair all your life, to using a device to be able to walk, go over rough ground, it's quite a big thing, really.
What are you looking forward to most about being in that?
Being able to go around shows and not the strenuous pushing of this chair, it's going to be using stairs and not have to wait for lifts and, just generally getting about much easier.
You're talking about shows and events. Tell me a bit about that, what you do.
Well, yeah, we go out to. I started a biker group that goes around fundraising for veterans, and so we turn up at events, we put our stand up, and invite the public to come along, have a look at the bikes, and see what we do, and encourage them to hopefully donate money to help veterans.
That's a Harley Davidson trike you have, is it?
Yeah, and a Can-Am Spider, yeah.
What was it like to be the first time you got on that? Were you the first time you got on a bike?
I rode before injury. The first time I got on a trike since injury, I still expected it to lean in the corners, and it didn't, being a trike, But yeah, no, it was liberating. The first time I got on a bike since injury with my friend Stephen Ousif, that was very emotional. Being back in the wind, flowing through the corners.
Do you think today will be similar?
Nervous apprehension, I think. Make sure I don't stand up and collapse on my face.
How are you pain-wise these days?
I've got a spinal stimulator that deals with the pain side of life. Unfortunately, it's a little bit malfunctioning at the moment, so my pain level's slightly higher. But again, not like they used to be, before I got back out and active.
Was it 4 years your spine injury was undiagnosed for?
Yeah, 4 years. I had fractures of the vertebrae, and basically over those 4 years, calcium deposits were repairing the fractures, and they wrapped up the spinal cord. And then I was on a rehabilitation program, and the spinal cord just had enough, and that was the end of that.
What happened on that day?
I was taking part in the warm-up in the morning, and it just felt like my legs disappeared. I just collapsed down, extortionate pain, and then the rest of it, I remember bits and bobs, but obviously I got pumped for the drugs, all the rest of it. The rest was a bit of a haze, really, for the first few months of injury.
And when was that? When did that?
This was 2008.
2008. So, and you must just be dying to, or just a dream to walk again.
Yeah, I'm dying to see what it feels like getting in that bit of kit. So yeah, squaddies like Gucci bits of kit. It's funny to see people at eye level.
Realise I short end now.
Yes. This is weird.
What way weird? Just describe how weird.
Just seeing everyone at eye level, it's just not right from, sort of like, so long in a wheelchair at 4'2", it's just the brain don't compute it that well.
Something we take for granted.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still in the world. Well, I am.
Is everybody ready? Is Chris ready?
I'm ready.
Final check.
Yeah, I'm ready.
How does it feel to work for the walk?
I don't know, it's amazing. When I get used to it, it's going to be so much easier than the wheelchair.
That's an extraordinary experience.
Oh, it is. It's a really weird feeling.
What is this?
But good.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I can't quite describe it. It's sort of just doing it. Even with a wheelchair, you're doing it yourself. This, you're not really. You're traversing, just by moving your way. A bit like walking, really. Oh, dear.
Quite emotional, really.
Yeah, I know a bit.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Cool stuff, right.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Ready again?
Yep.
Pull your right leg backwards. That's it. To the left. Yeah. Very good.
Good to see a smile on your face, Chris.
This is private for me.
Austria. Good.
Oh, that was weird and walking.
You can't quite find the words.
No, it's amazing. I mean, you know, not being just seeing everyone at eye level, seeing people looking down the all the time, and then you know, it's almost like a vertigo feeling, but not the illness vertigo, but like as in you much because I'm just not used to looking at that level at 6 foot tall. It just makes you feel like a giant or something. At first, it's tricky, and you sort of look down and your legs are going, and you're walking across the room. It's just unreal. It's absolutely unreal. It's a fantastic bit of kit. I love it.
I've heard it takes about 10 to 40 hours of work on this to be able to be independent. You
Yeah.
strike me as someone who's going to want to get that towards the 10 hours rather than the 40 hours.
Oh yeah, but then I don't do things by halves. You know.
So how did it feel when you took those first steps?
It's undescribable. Really, it feels like you know, instead of all the effort of a wheelchair, pushing yourself across, you're kind of in a robotic sort of noise, it'd be like soundtrack floating across the room. You know, it's.
How does it feel?
Like I'm a giant at the moment. My whole perspective on life is about 4'2". Coming back up to this height, I'm looking down on people. That never happens. And I'm looking people in the eyes and that sort of thing, and it feels awesome, absolutely awesome.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
I'm Caroline, I'm Chris's partner.
What's your surname?
It's Hurst, H-I-R-S-T.
So Chris is up on his feet. I mean, what's this like?
It's just amazing, can't really describe it, yeah. You forgot how tall he was.
You were actually together when you were teenagers?
That's right, yeah, and we hadn't seen each other for about 18 years, and then we got back together and reconnected on Facebook, and then we got back together after that, about 2.5 years ago. So.
How has he been preparing for this moment?
It's just...
He's been very excited.
He has been, yeah, excited, and couldn't get to sleep last night. Just looking forward to it.
Things are going moving on.